and welcome to West Kentucky Academic Bowl. I'm your host, Jeremy Krug, and we're on the campus of West Kentucky Community and Technical College in Paducah with two teams who've won their district matches and are competing in the semifinals of the 2025 Academic Bowl. They'll be playing a game of quick recall where today's winning team will walk away with at least $5,000 in scholarship cash with a chance to play for up to $8,000 in the championship. On today's show, we have McCracken County High School taking on Calloway County High School. Let's meet our contestants. We'll start with McCracken County. First, we have Colin McCurran, who is in the Astronomy Club. Next, we have Pratha Patel, who plays tennis. Next, we have Eden Bridge Hayes, who is an antique book collector. And finally, we have Ella Shoup, who plays in a rock band. The McCracken County team is coached by Tammy Bohannon. On the opposing team, we have Calloway County. First, we have Sean Williams, who is in FBLA. Next is Connor Pyle, who plays tennis. Next, we have Nathaniel Fowler, who plays the bassoon. And finally, Audrey Neighbor, who plays golf. And Calloway County is coached by Erica Gray. We're going to play the first half. I'll ask 30 questions. When you answer a toss-up question correctly, you'll earn the right to answer a bonus question. Let's start with the first toss-up. This type of poem may be irregular, Horatian, or Pindaric. It is McCracken, Eden.
Ode.
That is correct. Here's your bonus, too. This philosopher and religious leader claimed his teachings were meant to produce profound people. He believed that virtue was upheld through ceremonies he named Li. Which religious leader and philosopher's teachings are collected in the Analects?
Confucius.
That's correct. Toss-up 3. This operation can come in varieties such as partial and time, and examples of these with respect to time include velocity for displacement and Calloway Sean.
Integration.
That's incorrect. I'll continue. And acceleration for velocity. It is considered the opposite of the integral. Identify this mathematical McCracken, Ella.
Derivative.
That is correct. Here's your bonus, number 4. Solve the following system of linear equations for y. 4x plus 2y equals 28, and x plus y equals 10.
I designate Ella.
No answer.
Incorrect. Calloway.
I designate Sean. 14.
Incorrect. The answer is 6. Toss-up 5. Portrayed by Faye Dunaway in a 1967 film by Arthur Penn, she was involved in a highly publicized 21-month crime spree focused largely in and around Oklahoma and Texas. Give the name of the American criminal remembered for her notorious relationship with Clyde Barrow. Calloway, Nathaniel.
Bonnie.
That's incorrect. McCracken, Ella.
Bonnie Parker.
That is correct. We have to have the last name. Here's your bonus, 6. This part of The Lie addressed at least 2 of his poems to Cynthia. Perhaps his best-known verse was his response to a Christopher Marlowe work. The nymph's reply to the shepherd. Identify this courtier and explorer who lent his surname to a state capital.
Raleigh.
That is correct. Toss-up 7. This musical time period occurred during the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Composers focused on the mood and atmosphere of a composition created through timbre. What musical period were Claude Debussy and Calloway, Nathaniel?
Impressionism.
That is correct. You're on the board, Calloway. Here's your bonus, 8. This infectious agent causes vomiting, diarrhea, rash, fever, and hemorrhaging in humans and other primates. To date, its largest epidemic occurred in West Africa in 2014. What is this virus named for a tributary of the Congo River?
Zika.
Incorrect. Captain.
I designate Colin.
Ebola.
That is correct. It is Ebola. Here's bonus, number 9. Your toss-up number 9. Solve the following inequality for h. A negative 2h plus 7 is less than or equal to 23. McCracken, Pratha.
H is greater than or equal to 8.
That's incorrect. Calloway, Connor.
H is greater than or equal to -8.
That is correct. Here's your bonus, number 10. Nicknamed the Little Giant, this Democrat was elected to represent Illinois in the United States Senate in 1846. As the Democratic candidate for president, he was defeated by the man whom he had beaten just 2 years earlier in his Senate re-election campaign. Identify this political rival of Abraham Lincoln, remembered for the series of debates he held with Lincoln in 1858.
Stephen Douglas.
That is correct. And after 10 questions, the score is McCracken 6, Calloway 3. We'll go on to toss-up 11. This novelist's The Heart of Midlothian is set in Edinburgh's Old Tolbooth prison. He established his literary reputation with the six-canto narrative poem, The Lay of the Last Minstrel. Identify the writer of this historical novels, Waverley and Ivanhoe. McCracken, Ella.
Sir Walter Scott.
That is correct. Here's your bonus, number 12. This layer of Earth, according to Tarzan creator Edgar Rice Burroughs, is home to the land of Pellucidar. In reality, it is about the size of Mars and is composed of liquid iron and nickel with its strong central part solid iron. Identify the innermost spherical layer of Earth.
I designate Colin.
Inner core.
That is incorrect. Captain.
I designate Connor. Core.
That's correct. It is just the core.
Good job.
Toss-up 13. This element of art can be actual or implied. Two-dimensional, Calloway, Nathaniel.
Texture.
Incorrect. I'll continue. Two-dimensional art can have this element through the use of value. Which element of art is mostly associated with sculptors? McCracken, Ellen.
Composition.
Incorrect. The answer is form. Toss-up 14. Simplify the following expression. 6 divided by radical 2. McCracken, Ella.
3 radical 2.
That is correct. Here's your bonus, 15. This landmark Supreme Court case overturned the 1940 case of Minersville School District versus Gabaitis. The earlier overturned case led to hundreds of children being expelled from public schools across the United States for following their religious convictions as Jehovah's Witnesses. Name this 1943 Supreme Court decision which states that students cannot be forced to salute the flag or say the Pledge of Allegiance in a public school.
I designate Ella.
Texas v. Johnson.
Incorrect, Captain.
West Virginia Board of Education v. Barnett.
That is correct. Here's toss-up 16. This man titled the first of his 2 poetry collections, The New Life. He set his masterpiece, a 3-part epic, on and shortly after McCracken Eden.
Dante Alighieri.
That is correct. Here's your bonus, McCracken, number 17. This fish's species are classified by their coloring. White, black, striped, and blue. They can exceed 1,000 pounds, are carnivorous, and are fished for both sport and food. Name this long-nosed fish.
I designate Colin.
Marlin.
That is correct. Point for you. Toss-up number 18. This composer's Prague Symphony was first performed in 1787. In his short life, he wrote 41 symphonies with his last nicknamed Jupiter. Name the composer. Calloway, Nathaniel.
Mozart.
That is correct. Point for Calloway. Here's your bonus 19. Located across the Mississippi River from present-day St. Louis, this pre-Columbian settlement was once the largest city in North America, north of Mexico, and the center of the Middle Mississippian culture. Name this early metropolis known for its many distinct earthen mounds, including its largest and the city's seat of government, Monk's Mound.
Cahokia.
That is correct. Toss-up 20. In degrees, calculate the sum of the measures of the interior angles of a regular octagon. McCracken Protha.
1080.
That is correct. Here's your bonus, 21. This man reissued his first novel, Player Piano, as Utopia 14. He invented Ice 9 and the religion of Hobokonanism in his science fiction novel, Cat's Cradle. Who created Billy Pilgrim in Slaughterhouse-Five?
Vonnegut.
That is correct. After 21 questions, we have a score of McCracken County 12, Calloway County 7. Let's go on to toss-up 22. This first physics professor at Cambridge's Cavendish Laboratory correctly theorized that Saturn's rings were made of different masses of matter. His eponymous field equations express basic laws of electricity. McCracken Collin.
Maxwell.
That is correct. It is Maxwell. Here's your bonus, 23. This artist designed his own tomb in Santa Croce. This man's unfinished sculptures of rebellious and dying slaves were intended for the tomb of Pope Julius II. What Renaissance sculptor painted the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel?
Michelangelo.
That is correct. Toss-up 24. Notable officials who have held this position include James Baker in George H.W. Bush's administration and Rahm Emanuel in Barack Obama's administration. What is this White House role responsible for both advising the president and acting as a senior McCracken Protha?
Chief of Staff.
That is correct. It is Chief of Staff. Here's your bonus, 25. In a basketball game, the number of points each player scored was 20 for John, 16 for Jacob, 18 for Luther, 2 for Doug, and an unknown number for Darren. If the mean,
It's 18.
it was 18.
You said 18 instead of 8.
Oh, I'm sorry. 8 for Luther. Let me start over. In a basketball game, the number of points each player scored was 20 for John, 16 for Jacob, 8 for Luther, 2 for Doug, and an unknown number for Darren. If the mean number of points each player scored was 10, how many points did Darren score?
I designate Ella.
4.
That is correct. Toss-up 26. This dramatist set the second play of a trilogy in his hometown of Colonus among his 7 McCracken Eden.
Sophocles.
That is correct. Here's your bonus, 27. This American portrait painter is known for his naturalistic paintings of African American people. His portraits of contemporary people are often posed to reference famous portraits from art history with intricately patterned backgrounds. Name the artist who painted Barack Obama's official presidential portrait.
No answer.
Incorrect. Calloway.
No answer.
The answer is Kehinde Wiley. Toss-up 28. These reactions are also known as salt metathesis reactions. McCracken Colin.
Neutralization.
Incorrect. I'll continue. Identify this type of chemical reaction which involves swapping one component each from a pair of reactants. Calloway Aubrey.
Acid base.
Incorrect. It is double replacement reactions. Toss-up 29. The lifespan of this former president has overlapped with the lifespan of every other president from Andrew Johnson all the way through Donald Trump. This former president died on the same day former Vice President Kamala Harris was born. He was director of the U.S. Food Administration and Secretary of Commerce before serving as the 31st President of the United States. Name Calloway Nathaniel.
Hoover.
That is correct. Here's your bonus, 30. Find the midpoint of a line segment whose endpoints are 10, 20, and 30, 40.
I designate Connor.
20, 30.
That is correct. And after 30 questions, we're at the end of the first half. We'll take a look at our score. We have a current score of McCracken County 17, Calloway County 9. We're going to take a short break for halftime. We'll be right back with more of West Kentucky Academic Bowl. We'll be right back. Hi there, and welcome back to West Kentucky Academic Bowl. I'm your host, Jeremy Krug, and we are at halftime. McCracken County is leading Calloway County by a score of 17-9. We're going to go ahead and play the second half. Teams, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's begin with toss-up 1. This dramatist based one of his comedies, Wilderness, on his own youthful misadventures. McCracken Eden.
O'Neill.
That is correct. Here's your bonus, 2. These marine animals have skulls but no vertebral column. They escape from predators by knotting. Identify these slimy fish belonging to the class Amixina.
Eel.
Incorrect, Captain.
No answer.
The answer is hagfish. Toss-up 3. The title character of this play is stabbed to death while taking a bath. This play is the first in a trilogy that also contains the libation bearers and the McCracken Eden.
Agamemnon.
That is correct. Here's your bonus, 4. In the battles of Naseby and Langport, he helped lead the forces known as the Roundheads to victories against forces loyal to King Charles I. What English soldier and statesman was made Lord Protector of England, Scotland, and Ireland in 1653, serving until his death 5 years later?
Guess, but it's not right. I designate Ella.
Gates.
Incorrect, Calloway.
Oliver Cromwell.
That is correct. It is Cromwell. Toss up 5. Consider the exponential function f of x equals 8 to the x power. What is f of negative 2? McCracken Ella.
1/64.
That is correct. Here's your bonus, McCracken, number 6. Perhaps the most famous playwright of this genre was Namiki Gohei. They only feature masks if they are part of a parody, and the actors wear ordinary dress. What Japanese theatrical genre began as a comic interlude between installments of a No cycle?
Kyojin.
That is correct. Toss-up 7. Maria Goldbert Meyer won the Nobel Prize in Physics for proposing the shell model of these structures, which was modeled as a liquid drop by George Gamow. These objects are most stable when they possess a magic number of their two constituents. The Rutherford Goldfoil experiment discovered what dense region of an atom? Calloway Connor.
Nucleus.
That is correct. It is the nucleus. Here's your bonus 8. A more obscure version of this literary element pits a character against fate. Other types see a character, usually the protagonist, struggle against himself or society. What is this element, which can also be person versus nature or person versus person?
Conflict.
That is correct. Toss up number 9. In December 2024, this person was described as the 4th most powerful woman in the world. This world leader has a PhD in energy engineering and has authored over 100 articles on sustainable energy and the environment. Name this politician who won a landslide victory for president in 2024 and became the 66th president of Mexico. Calloway Nathaniel.
Scheinbaum.
That is correct. Here is your bonus, Calloway, number 10. The focal length of an ellipse has a length of 18 units, and the major axis of the ellipse has a length of 24 units. In units, what is the length of the minor axis of the ellipse?
Hey, let me know when you got it. 5 seconds. Sean, you got it. No. You got to guess. No. No answer.
That's time, Captain.
I designate Profa.
9.
No, the answer is 6 radical 7 units. Toss up 11. Express your answer using the imaginary number I if necessary. Find the sum of the square root of negative 25 and the square root of negative 36. Calloway Connor.
11I.
That is correct. It is 11I. Here's your bonus 12, Calloway. In this work, a large dog is being stepped on by a girl in a red dress, and one of its figures wears a smock with a large red cross on it. In its center, this work's title figure surrounds the Infanta Margarita, the daughter of Philip IV. Name this painting, which includes a depiction of its artist, Diego Velázquez, working on it.
How does it, Connor?
Las Vegas.
That is correct. We'll check our score. Right now we have a score of McCracken 21, Calloway 15. We'll continue with toss-up 13. The economic growth of the 1980s, known as the Massachusetts Miracle, was used by this politician in his speeches while seeking the Democratic presidential nomination. This man lost one election while running with Lloyd Benson. Who is this politician that was defeated by George H.W. Bush in the presidential election of 1988? Calloway Nathaniel.
Dukakis?
That is correct. It was Michael Dukakis. Here's your bonus, Calloway, 14. This pear-shaped sac can hold about 1.7 ounces of fluid that it receives from the liver. Stones in this organ can mimic symptoms of a heart attack by causing pain in the upper shoulder and chest. Identify this organ responsible for storing bile from the liver.
Gallbladder.
That is correct. It is the gallbladder. Toss up 15. Express your answer as a fraction. An infinite geometric series has an initial term of 3 and a common ratio of negative 1/3. Find the sum of the series. Calloway, Sean.
3, 9/4.
Judge.
Second.
9/4.
Yeah, correct.
Correct?
I couldn't hear the first.
9/4.
Okay, that is correct. Here's your bonus, 16. This language family has the second highest number of native speakers in the world, with over 400 languages by one count, over 500 by another. Nevertheless, this language family contains the official languages of only 4 countries of the world. Name this language family spoken by over 1.4 billion people, mostly in Asia, which includes the languages of Urgong, Amdo, Karen, and Chinese.
Mandarin.
Incorrect. Captain.
I designate Ella.
Sino-Tibetan.
That is correct. It is Sino-Tibetan language family. Toss-up 17. One work from this artistic period depicts a man with a deformed face touching his hands together near a large glass in the lower right. Besides that portrait of Ángel Fernández de Soto, another work from this period shows a gaunt musician bent over the instrument. He is McCracken Eden.
Cubism.
Incorrect. I'll continue. Besides that portrait of Ángel Fernández de Soto, another work from this period shows a gaunt musician bent over the instrument he is holding, the old guitarist. Name this first stylistic period of Pablo Picasso, named for an omnipresent cool color. Calloway Connor.
Blue period.
That is correct. It is the blue period. Here's your bonus, 18. The decision of this Supreme Court case started to popularize the use of legal contracts. The ruling in this case was against the state of Georgia, who was voiding contracts for the transfer of land. What was this court case under John Marshall, the first case in which the Supreme Court ruled a state law unconstitutional?
Fletcher v. Peck.
That is correct. Toss-up 19. These odd creatures bear anatomical similarities to both reptiles and mammals. Their name refers to the fact that they have one opening at the rear of the body used for both excretion and reproduction. Name this odd order that includes Australian animals such as the echidna and platypus. Calloway Connor.
Monotremes.
That is correct. Here's your bonus 20. In this work, Britomart represents chastity while Florimel signifies beauty. Red Cross battles Archimago and Duessa to win Una's love and reach Gloriana's castle. Name this allegorical epic which Edmund Spenser dedicated to Elizabeth I.
I designate Aubrey.
Fairy Queen.
That is correct. It is the Fairy Queen. After 20 questions, it looks like we have a tie game. The score is McCracken 22, Calloway 22. We're going to continue with toss-up 21. This dance, a relative of the Yugoslav kolo, is performed at weddings in Romania. That country's version includes forward, backward, left, and right steps, but another nation's version is performed with grapevine steps. Name this circle dance, which is also a popular folk dance in Israel. Calloway Nathaniel.
Hora.
That is correct. It is the Hora. Here's your bonus 22. This scale was first published in the February 2001 edition of Sky and Telescope magazine and is named for the amateur astronomer who created it. On this scale, Great Basin National Park is a 1, most of land between the lakes is a 3, downtown Paducah, Kentucky is a 6, and Times Square in New York is a 9. Name this scale created in 2001 to describe levels of light pollution.
No answer.
Incorrect, McCracken.
No answer.
It is the Bortle Dark Sky Scale, or the Bortle Scale. Toss-up 23. This man was killed in an attack led by the son of his mutinous subordinate, Diego de Almagro. It took him 3 attempts to mount a successful invasion, but in 1533 he successfully occupied the city of Cuzco. Named this Spanish conquistador who McCracken Ella.
Pizarro.
That is correct. It is Pizarro. Here's your bonus 24. This Booker Prize-winning novel is the second installment of a trilogy that also includes Wolf Hall and The Mirror and the Light. It focuses on Thomas Cromwell's efforts to have Queen Anne Boleyn tried and executed for adultery. Name this historical novel by Hilary Mantel.
Bring Up the Bodies.
That is correct. Bring up the bodies. Here's your bonus, or here's toss-up 25 rather. The radius of the base of a right circular cone is 3 units, and the height of the cone is 5 units. In cubic units, calculate the exact volume of the cone. McCracken Ella.
15 pi.
That is correct. Here's your bonus 26. This character is the brother of Cassim, and by his story's end, the uncle of Morgiana. He begins the tale as a poor woodcutter, but finishes it with piles of gold. Name this duper of 40 thieves in a story from the 1001 Night.
Alibaba.
That is correct. Toss-up 27. The Parthenon is considered the epitome of this architectural or McCracken Eden.
Doric.
That is correct. Here's your bonus 28. The ions generated in this part of the mitochondria provide energy for the electron transport chain in the cristae. Ribosomes and DNA can be found here. Name the fluid found inside the mitochondria.
I designate Collins.
Matrix.
That is correct. It is the matrix. Toss-up 29. In Russian history, a period known as the Time of Troubles began with the fall of the Rurik dynasty and ended with this dynasty's establishment in 1613. The dynasty would remain the rulers of Russia until the revolution of the February. Calloway Nathaniel.
Romanov.
Yeah, that is correct. It is the Romanov. And here's bonus number 30. Calculate the 20th triangular number.
Okay.
0.
Incorrect, McCracken.
I designate Pratha.
210.
That is correct. It is 210. So we are at the end of the match. We're going to take a short break to calculate the score, and we'll be right back after this. Welcome back to West Kentucky Academic Bowl. We've just finished the first semifinal match of this year. Congratulations to McCracken County. You've defeated Calloway County by a score of 29-24. You've just won $5,000 in scholarship cash for your team, and we're going to see you in the championship match where you'll be able to increase your winnings to up to $8,000. And to Calloway County, don't feel too bad. You played very well today. And congratulations for making it to the semifinals. And for that, you're going to receive $2,000 in scholarship cash to divide up among your team. So congratulations to both of our teams here today. I'd also like to congratulate and thank both of our teams for working so hard and making it to this level of competition. And to all of you at home, this has been Jeremy Krug. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you in the next episode of West Kentucky Academic Bowl.